There is a question that every football fan is asking right now. Not about tactics, not about group stages, not about which team is going to win. The question is, are you ready to say goodbye? Because right now, at this 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America, two men are playing football on the biggest stage on earth for the very last time. One of them is 38 years old and defending champion. The other is 41 and chasing the one trophy that has always escaped him. And both of them have been doing this together for 20 years. This is the story of Messi and Ronaldo's last dance. And it is unlike anything football has ever seen before. Let us start at the beginning, because the beginning is important. The year was 2006. Germany was hosting the World Cup. A 19-year-old Lionel Messi stepped onto the pitch for Argentina for the very first time at a World Cup. That same summer, a 21-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo played for Portugal. Two kids, two different countries, two different styles of football. Neither of them had any idea what they were about to become. Fast forward 20 years. The same two men are still here, still playing, still scoring, still representing their countries at a World Cup. Messi posted just 4 words on social media before this tournament. 2006 to 2026. 2 numbers. 20 years. No explanation needed. If you know, you know. And if you don't, well, that is what this video is for. The Daily Star. Here is what makes 2026 different from every World Cup before it. Both Messi and Ronaldo are at their 6th World Cup. That is a new record. Nobody in the history of men's football has ever done that before. 6 tournaments. 6 times stepping onto the biggest stage in sport. And they are doing it together, which makes it even more extraordinary. Olympics. Let that sink in for a moment. Messi will turn 39 on June 24th, right in the middle of the group stage. Ronaldo is already 41. These are not young men finding their feet at a World Cup. These are legends, operating at ages where most professional footballers have already retired. And they are still here, still competing. In theory, players decline sharply after 33. In practice, nobody told these two. World Soccer Talk. Now let us talk about what Messi is walking into this tournament with, because the numbers are almost unfair. Messi holds the record for most World Cup matches played with 26 appearances. He holds the record for most minutes played at a World Cup with 2,314. He is Argentina's all-time leading scorer at the tournament with 13 goals. And he is the only player in history to have scored in every single round of the knockout stage, the group stage, round of 16, quarterfinal, semifinal, and the final. Olympics. That last one. Read it again. Every round. Every single one. He also arrives as the defending world champion. Argentina won in Qatar 2022 in what most people agree was the greatest World Cup final ever played. Messi scored in the final. He was the best player at the tournament. He finally, after decades of heartbreak, lifted the one trophy that had been missing from his career. He comes into this tournament not chasing something. He comes in as the man who already got it. That changes everything about his mentality. Here is where it gets interesting. Messi has 13 World Cup goals. He needs 3 more to equal the all-time scoring record held by Germany's Miroslav Klose at 16. And with the new expanded format, meaning teams can now play up to 8 matches instead of 7. There are more games, more minutes, more opportunities. The record is genuinely within reach. Whether he goes for it, or whether he simply tries to help Argentina defend their title, is one of the most fascinating storylines of this entire tournament. World Cup pass. Now let us talk about Ronaldo. Because Ronaldo's story going into this World Cup is a completely different kind of emotional. Ronaldo has 8 World Cup goals across 22 appearances. He has never won the World Cup. His best finish in the entire history of his career was 4th place, back in 2006. The man who has scored more international goals than any player in history, 143 goals for Portugal, has never held the World Cup trophy. That is the one thing missing, the one gap, and this is his last chance to fill it. World Cup pass. When Ronaldo was asked directly whether this would be his final World Cup, he said, "Definitely yes. I'm going to be 41 years old and I think it will be the moment." No ambiguity. No diplomatic non-answer. Just a straight admission that this is it. One last attempt at the one thing that has always been out of reach. Spokesman review. Messi, true to form, has been more measured. He said he does not want to be a burden. He wants to feel physically fit to be sure he can contribute. The difference in how these two communicate is almost as famous as the difference in how they play. One comes as a king defending his kingdom. The other comes as a warrior storming the castle one final time. Two completely different emotional places. The same stage, the same tournament, the same last chance. And now the question everyone is asking. Can they actually play against each other? Argentina is in Group J. Portugal is in Group K. In the group stage they cannot meet. They can only face each other in the knockout rounds if both teams advance, and if the draw brings them together. In 20 years of being the two best players on the planet, Messi and Ronaldo have never faced each other at a World Cup. Not once. The possibility exists in 2026. Just once. In what would be their final tournament. The football gods, if they exist, know what they are doing. Combined, Messi, Ronaldo, and the other legends of this generation have scored 337 international goals across 550 combined appearances. This is not just a football tournament. This is the end of an era that an entire generation grew up watching. Kids who were born the year Messi and Ronaldo played their first World Cup are now teenagers watching their last one. Here is the takeaway, and it is a simple one. You may have a favorite. You may be on one side of that debate, and that debate has defined football conversations for 2 decades. But right now, in 2026, none of that matters. What matters is that two extraordinary human beings are doing something no footballer has ever done, playing a 6th World Cup at 38 and 41, still performing, still competing, still caring. For 2 decades, football revolved around these two men, bending a generation into rival tribes. This summer, they step into North America's heat for one final chapter. Watch every minute, because you will not see this again. Ever. Watch every minute, because you will not see this again. Ever.